Fucking hell, lads. I need a minute to catch my breath here, as we've just witnessed some truly unbelievable shit. I said prior to this game, Croatia just never ever bloody give up, and you cannot write them off regardless of the opposition. I've got plenty to say about extra time and penalties, but let me break down the game in chronological order and get to those 15 minutes of absolute fucking madness at the end of this video. Now, in regards to the lineups, no real surprises from either side really. Brazil were unchanged, and rightly so, as that 11 is clearly the best they can put out at this moment in time. As for Croatia, I was just excited to see more of Guardiola on a personal note. For me, he's been far and away the best centre-half at the tournament, and whoever signs him up from Leipzig is going to be getting themselves an elite talent. Moving on to the first half. The less said, the better, really. No real action of note took place. Full credit to Croatia. They didn't want a repeat of the Brazil-South Korea game and made sure they were organized and focused throughout the 120 minutes. They weren't exactly parking the bus either, as they got in behind Brazil's backline on a couple of occasions, although what they created can only be described as half chances at best. In the second half, Brazil came out with a fire in their belly and created two massive chances right from the get-go. Great keeping again from Livakovic, who's quickly turning into a demigod back home and was top drawered the entire night. There was even a quick VAR check for a penalty. It looked like handball to me based on the one replay I saw, but offside in the build-up made it irrelevant. Neymar then had a chance from a tight angle, which the keeper kept out. There's a couple of surprising substitutions thereafter, as reliable options such as Rafinha, Richarlison and Vinicius Jr. go off, but there was still no getting past Livakovic, who stopped Paqueta from scoring from point-blank range, as well as anything else the opposition were throwing at him. I actually thought that was incredibly knee-jerk from Tite. Yes, they've got great options on the bench, but those fellas have been difference makers throughout the competition. It almost felt like changes were being made for the sake of it. Croatia themselves stopped offering anything going forward, but never particularly looked like conceding either, and deservedly got through to extra time. In the 30 minutes that followed, you were thinking this is nailed on to finish 0-0, but it was more entertaining than the entire 90 minutes put together. Brazil were on the front foot again, and eventually got the breakthrough through Neymar. Beautiful bit of link-up play coupled with individual skill, and there was simply no defending against that. I had this fella down to win the Golden Ball pre-tournament, and if not for injuries, I believe he would have. A truly iconic way to break Pele's record of goals, and it appeared to be a fitting way to win the game. Croatia, yet again though, had other ideas. They truly are like a turd that refuses to flush, and I sincerely mean that as a compliment. Fucking Petkovic of all people. This lad went 17 internationals without finding the back of the net, yet did so on the biggest stage of them all. As for the shootout itself, I messaged my mate saying I'd bet my left testicle that Croatia would go through now, and that's exactly what happened. They've got plenty of experience in these situations, while Brazil thought they had one foot in the semi-finals after Neymar's opener and looked absolutely shell-shocked upon conceding the equalizer. I'm disappointed for Brazil because they're a hell of a side and quite a likable bunch, but this really does set the cat amongst the pigeons in terms of what's to come now. Croatia, fucking heroes this lot in my eyes, and I'd be over the moon if they could somehow lift the cup at the very end. Please do let me know what you made of this game down below. I'm really looking forward to Netherlands, Argentina. It's crazy to think that one of those two, along with Croatia, is going to be in the World Cup final. And honestly speaking, as someone who doesn't really support any country, I hope one of these three do end up winning it. Take care and I'll catch you after the next game. Peace.